Hey everybody, this is John. I'm on the pop-up campers owner group and the pop-up camper modification group. What I've been working on is fabricating a hard wall bathroom for our pop-up. We have the standard bathroom, and it's just got the curtain with the tracks and everything. So I posted some pictures and people wanted to see how it was going to set up and take down. I've made it where it's completely portable, breaks down and everything. The front wall is hinged, so that actually stays hinged right here. I ran some hinges there and there. So once I crank it up, it'll sit like this right here. So once I crank the camper up and everything, we're just going to say it's set up at this point. We're set up and everything. Right now the camper's a mess too because I've been working in it. We're taking it out Friday. But anyhow, so the first thing you'll do is you'll go ahead and pull this wall here is hinged, so it comes up. It's got a little bit of weight to it, but it's sitting predominantly on the counter. So you'll go ahead and push that up. You got to move this curtain. Just hold that curtain tight right there. Okay, so as you push it up, I got a sidewall on here too that's also hinged. So as you push it up, you'll pull the sidewall out like that. See, I'm hoping that this will actually show okay. So you'll pull that out, you'll bring it up to here. Sets up there. Then I have these hinged and they have like buckle locks on them. So you'll take these locks here, lock this, and then the other one is right over here. Lock that. There we go. Go ahead and hold that and lock that one in. Now I've also added, what I've done is I've added an L bracket here. Now that right there has a hole going through it. I have a screw and wing nut that I'm using at this point just to kind of hold the wall up. Not that it's, it would probably stay without it, but it's more or less just a safety feature. So go ahead and put that screw in right there like that. You can see how that screw came through. And then I have a plastic wing nut. You could use just a metal one too, but having a part-time lawnmower repair business, I end up with a lot of parts and stuff that are just doing nothing. Okay, so that wall's pretty much set up. Now, the second wall, which is going to store on my bed, has also the accordion door attached to it. What I've done here is I've taken some L brackets and I've screwed them in opposite ends. I measured the wall. Did them here and here. I also did them up here and here. So what this wall does is I pick this wall up and it slides into place. So I might have to set the camera down to do this. I'm going to try to get a good angle for you. Let me tuck it between a cushion. That way hopefully you guys can see. I'm going to pick it up and go ahead and put this on. That way you guys can get a good look of it. Okay. There we are. So, you pick the whole wall up with the accordion door on it. And what'll happen is, you got to move that out like this. The whole wall with the accordion door will come down in the floor. And you've got to get it about level. And then it'll slide on. So, that's what we're going to do. And also these accordion doors try to slide too, so you got to kind of hang on to them a little bit. So go ahead. Usually I try to grab the whole accordion door and that and just hold it. That way it'll, sit in place. But, so you pick this up like this and it'll slide right into place once you line it up. Right like that, line up your top and your bottom, and your wall is now in place. So that part's done. Your accordion door is attached to it, as you can see, but what I wanted was, it's screwed to it. That little thing tries to slide off too. These accordion doors are pretty cheap. I think I spent like $20 something for them. Home Depot for it. But once you actually get it locked in, it's fine. So anyhow, I wanted to have a frame for it. So what I did then was, that's where this comes in. This will probably get stored in my storage bunk. It's the 2x4 frame. What I've done with it is I've put a screw on the end here, if you can see that, and a screw on the end over here. That's to keep it from sliding off and falling. I've also added a screw right here, that's so it can't move over, and a screw right there too at the top of that wall. So now that these two walls are in place, I was going to leave it like that, and then I decided, well, you know, it'd be nice to have like a hard door too. It's not going to keep the water out. You're still going to have to use your shower curtain, but it's good for privacy. Like our son's 5, he's got to use the bathroom, you know, things like that. So the next thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to set this up just so hopefully you guys can see it still. It's just kind of hard to hold this and shoot video, but we'll set this like this. Okay, there you go. So I'm going to take this frame, and when I first go to put it on, I just go ahead and move it. You go ahead and move it. You can move it diagonal too to get it lined in, because you can lift it up a little bit and go over. So I can go over it. So I push it forward like this. Then when it comes to my door, as I'm putting it on, I'll start putting my door in my track. So you go ahead and grab the door, slide it on, and once the track's on, I mean, this takes like a total of maybe 10 minutes to put up, not even 5 minutes or so. There you go, pull this up here, that, and then push this on here. Okay, so you lift it up a little bit, you put it through where that screw hops over, and once that screw hops over and this screw hops over, you're pretty much locked in for the most part. See, because now, because of these screws right here, you have the screws, if you can see, you have the screws right here that'll hold it in place, and it can't go over. So this is locked in, it's screwed to the wall now, and your door will work. I attach my magnetic clip right there, boom. You got a little bit more privacy, use it with the shower curtain, and everything. So I'm still deciding on whether I'm going to keep the colored duct tape or use trim. But what I decided to do was, with this little sidewall, you still had play in it. It wanted to move. So when I made my paneling go up and lip over here. But on the inside, I drilled a hole and a slide lock. So you put this lock up in here, it locks the wall. So now that's all done. You can run your put your liner in, or if you're going to actually use the the toilet, or even just to change, it gives you a little bit more privacy versus just having a shower curtain. Takedown's not bad. You know, with the storage space, we have the trunk on our camper, so I can store the 2x4 there. You know, there is no lock or anything with it. I did put this in just to hide. There's a gap there, so I took a leftover piece of the door and just put it there. But once you put the shower curtain around and everything, it's really private. So I think total, maybe I spent maybe $120 total for the whole hard bathroom, the whole hard bathroom deal. But like I said, I'm still deciding on whether I want to go ahead and do like a trim. I was thinking about redoing this with a trim, painting it white or something, but that's another mod for another day. I'm ready to actually use it instead of working on it. But I hope this video kind of showed everybody just how hard breakup and takedown is. I mean, with our camper, we can store on our beds just a little bit, so everything lays pretty flat. With the accordion door, it folds up good and everything. So I mean, taking it down is the same way as putting it up. I mean, to take it down, like let's say we're done with the trip, we're getting ready to pack up, camper's cleaned out. I mean, the first thing I'm going to do with takedown is I would go ahead and pull the door back, and then I would go ahead and undo this latch here, undo that slide lock latch. Then I would go ahead and pretty much lift this up, slide the door off right there like that, get my 2x4 out. Now that 2x4 will most likely probably end up going either in, you know, either going in the storage bin, or I could store it down. If I cross angle it, I could store it here, but I'll probably just put it in the storage bin once I close the camper up for our trip on Friday. So with that done, my next thing would be to get this wall out. So I would just grab the whole accordion door. Let me set this here. Hopefully you can, the mount's coming loose a little bit, but hopefully you guys can still see this pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and just grab my whole door. There we go. So I'm just going to grab the whole door, and since it likes to slide in that little track, you just lift it up and move it over to the side just like this. Okay, once you clear that, you're done. So I can take it now and I can lay it on the bed. You just got to be careful with the canvas, and it's not too heavy. What I used was I used some like little 1x2, 1x3 from Home Depot, really cheap. And then I went ahead on top of that and I used what they call tile board. It's like 14 bucks, and the stuff's great because it's water resistant. So I did it on both sides. With that done, the next thing we would do is go ahead here and take this part down. So what I would do is I would go ahead, undo this here, undo your top little screw with the, you know, the wing nut like I was telling you. Undo that. Undo your latches. Okay, and I like to put that screw with the wing nut back through it because I don't know about you guys, but if I don't, I'll end up losing it. So it's easy to lose. So I just go ahead and put that back, and then take this, and as I tip it down, just turn it. And the way I've cut it and hinged it, it misses, the bed slides over it. So then I would just take this, you know, close up the rest of the camper like regular. And like this right here, I mean, that's the camper closed up, you know. When we get there, that's how I have to open it. So it still will clear the beds and everything. And, you know, it's pretty easy storage. I mean, usually we store stuff in here, so of course I'll put like the heater and the fan and all that stuff back. But, you know, for having a little bit of extra privacy, it wasn't too much money. You know, I mean, I think it's worth it, especially to change or to shower. It's just a little bit of added privacy. I mean, with that shower curtain, I've heard so many members say like the shower curtain will get stuck to you, or, you know, there's not a lot of room, or this or that. I'm going to actually put some more Velcro in and around here tomorrow, and when I do that, it'll help the shower curtain to stick better. But I am going to still continue to use the liner with the bathroom. But I know there is some members on, you know, the modification group and the pop-up camper owners group that actually use their bathroom completely, and I mean, this just offers a little bit more privacy and stuff. So I hope the video was helpful. If you guys have any questions or anything, feel free to ask. Like I said, everything cost about 120 bucks, 130 maybe total. That's including the accordion door. That was like 25. The rest of it was just like Home Depot. I mean, everything I got pretty much was from Home Depot, so it was pretty straightforward as far as designing it and making it. All right, thanks.